5. Today you are going to have a go at creating some observational still life drawings using the crosshatch technique to create tonal value. So if you stay tuned, I will show you how I have created mine. My first job is to just practice my crosshatching, which I will show you in the next part of the video. But there are 6 different types we're going to focus on. So there's 2D, where we're just using 2 overlapping lines, 3D, where we're using 3 overlapping lines, 4D, where we're using 4 overlapping lines, 5D, where we're using 5 overlapping lines, and 6D, so 6-dimensional, where we're using 6 overlapping lines. And you can see that this is where I would focus on the lighter areas, and this is where I would really focus on those darker areas. So I have chosen to use 3 glasses that I had in my cupboard, and I've arranged them so that they're slightly overlapping because I'm going to use those lines in my drawing. I've got my paper ready and I've chosen to use it portrait so I can do it nice and tall, and I just need a pencil and a black pen. So mine's a fine liner pen. Yours doesn't have to be, you can use any kind of pen. If you don't have black, then use blue. A thick works just as well, but I prefer to use a fine liner. My outlines, and I've made it really clear that there are these overlapping lines. I'm just going to focus on my layout to have a look at the areas where it's really dark, like here and around the base and around this base, and that's where I'm going to use some heavy cross hatching. And then areas where it's really light, so like the highlighted areas where the light hits it, so I'm going to bring it to life a little bit just by using my cross-hatching technique. My 6D hatching. I'm not very neat when I do it. I just kind of put the lines on and I work back into it. That's all it needs to be, just making sure you keep working back into areas that you're not happy with. Okay, this is all about rough sketching and rough drawing. So I've tried to really emphasize the darker areas and then use smaller lines here and leave the white bits for where the light hits the glass, so where it would be really light. I've also used my contour hatching. If you remember, we looked at that when we were looking at the work of George Brack. So I've used my contour hatching to make sure I keep the shape of the glass. So all that is making sure that I'm curving the lines so that I don't lose the shape of the glass. And my next job now is to move on to my other glasses. Again, looking back at what I've got for my observational drawing setup and using that to help me draw this.